Welcome back, it's Nine, and today we are going to be looking at the other side of the spectrum. We're going to be talking about the Xbox Series S and the Series X showcase that's going to be happening this month. But before we get into that, please, if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell to get notified about all my upcoming videos, and hit that like button. It helps the channel a ton. Now let's get straight into it. This comes from T3.com, titled Xbox Series S has faster CPU than PS5 and supports ray tracing. This report comes from The Verge's Tom Warren. He says the Lockhart CPU is faster than the PS5. Lockhart supports ray tracing, and he states game developers have been building PC titles for multiple GPUs for decades. So that message was for the people who are out here saying that because there's going to be multiple models of the Xbox Series and one being a lot more powerful than the other, that it may impact the game's graphics or quality or whatever it may be. So here's the thing, and it kind of seems like this is where this conversation seems to be going that I'm seeing all over the internet. People are implying that because the Series S is, inevitably gonna be a lot cheaper if all this is true. And I would like to add that he does have a really good track record for, reporting tech that is not officially released. This makes it more believable, I'd say. I'd say there's probably like a 90% chance that what he's saying is true. But to go back to the conversation of, will this even matter? And we've talked about this before. I think that a Series S being a lot cheaper will absolutely sell more units. That's a given. I don't doubt that if they were to come out with a Series S for $299, that it would sell a lot. But do I think that this is more than enough to overtake the PlayStation 5 and the games that they have and the power of their SSD and all this other stuff that they have with immersion and the innovation they are doing with the PlayStation 5 console? Absolutely not. I think that the PlayStation 5, regardless of how cheap the Series S is, in fact, even regardless of how cheap the Series X is, obviously within reason, if we're talking about $50 cheaper, I don't think that many people are going to jump ship from the PlayStation 5 to the Series X, especially given that these exclusives cannot be played anywhere else. It's just what it is. If anybody's buying a PlayStation console for their exclusives, they're not going to jump ship to an Xbox. Now, what I do think will happen is that more people are going to be owning two consoles. More people are going to buy the PS5, obviously, but I do think that the Series S has a place. I myself would go and buy a Series S if I was somebody who didn't mind getting a less powerful Xbox. Chances are I will go out and buy the Series X just because I do what I do on YouTube right now, so it's important for me to have access to the most powerful console, to have access to the games at the best performance so I can talk about them and really compare them head to head with what the PS5 is doing. But for other people, like consumers that are just looking to get that Xbox experience for example, $299, I think this is great for them. And I think that the Series S has a place. But as I said before, that anybody who's buying the PlayStation 5 for those exclusives is not going to be jumping ship. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think the Xbox brand has already stated that they are not trying to sell the most units. They just want people to play their games no matter how they play them, whether that be on PC, xCloud, Xbox One, Xbox Series S, Xbox Series X. And to be honest, that's fair. If that's their goal, that's fair. Obviously, PlayStation has a different game plan in mind, and it's been working for them for so long now. Why would they switch it up? So to kind of end on the topic of the Series S, do I believe that the CPU is actually faster than the PS5's console? I don't know. If this guy's reports are true, then yes, it is. But I'm quite doubtful that that'll be the case. And even if it is, we got to remember the GPU isn't even nearly as powerful as the Series X or the PS5. So obviously they're saving on their budget with that when they're trying to build a budget build next-gen console. But you guys let me know in the comments about that. What do you make of this entire report? Do you really believe that the Series X is going to have a faster CPU? And will it even make a difference in the grand scheme of things? On to our next topic. We are talking about the Xbox Series X showcase happening this month. This comes from GamesRadar.com, titled Xbox Series X Showcase reportedly set for late July and will feature Halo Infinite gameplay. So the scheduled date is July 23rd. Rumored titles for the live stream include Fable 4, a new Double Fine title, and whatever the heck new studio the initiative has been working on. But a first look at gameplay for Xbox Series X launch title Halo Infinite will no doubt be the main attraction. All right, so let's talk about the next gen Xbox showcase that we're supposed to get in July, whether it be July 23rd or not. So Xbox has quite the interesting ordeal. They have a console that is worthy. It is a great console build. You know, it's gotten praise. I understand. There's a lot to be excited about with the hardware. But from the beginning, and this has been an ongoing issue for Microsoft, they need exclusives. They need IP. They don't have anything really going for them in that category, right? I'm a Gears fan. I'm a Forza fan. I'm a Halo fan. Those three titles, excellent. I have no complaints about those, right? Halo 5, wasn't that great. I mean, I hope Halo Infinite brings it back, and that is a game that really needs to convince old fans and current fans to play their game and to really stick around, because Halo 5 dropped the ball when it comes to its narrative. The multiplayer was great in my opinion. I enjoyed it, but to be honest, when I play Halo, for the most part, I enjoy the lore and the story of it. But Halo Infinite being a major showcase is fine. I don't mind that. I think that's great. Show us Halo Infinite, convince us. That's what they need to do. They need to convince us. But outside of that, we need to be seeing a lot more. You need to be showing us new IP. Before we even get into new IP, we need to talk about Fable 4. Whether it be a reboot, whether it be number 4, Fable needs to happen. That was their best exclusive in my opinion. That is their best IP. They need to take advantage of that. And there's been a lot of rumors and speculation about it. You know, we had a Twitter account open with the Fable handle, and it seems like it's inevitable. I think we are going to see a Fable title make an appearance. If not in July, it's got to happen before the launch of the console. We need to see something about Fable. They need to be showing us games, even if they're not coming out in 2020, even if they're not coming out in 2021. I want to see what Xbox has planned, and I think a lot of people want to see before they jump in and invest their money into a brand new next-gen console. It's something that's a reasonable ask. But let's move on to the next thing, which is the initiative. That is what they called a quadruple A studio, where they have a lot of talent, and a lot of people are talking about Perfect Dark Zero being a game they are working on. My goodness, I really, really hope they're not doing Perfect Dark. I hope that they don't even go near Perfect Dark, because Perfect Dark was not even that beloved when it comes to the 360 game. It sold 1 million copies. Guys, 1 million copies globally is not a huge success. I would never imagine that Microsoft would go take Perfect Dark as an IP and tell the initiative, a quadruple A studio, hey, work on this. No, I would hope that they're working on a new IP, completely new, never seen before, and that is what we need from Xbox. We don't need more of the same. We don't need old IP brought out from the bag, from the bottom of the barrel for them to work on. Now, maybe I'm in the minority when it comes to this. Maybe I'm the only one who's out here thinking, Perfect Dark, really? And if I am, please let me know in the comments. But honestly, I really feel like Perfect Dark is not it. It's really not. They need to be doing something new, something exciting, something that's we haven't seen before come from Microsoft. I think that's the number one thing. We need to see like almost a Sony type of IP, right? Something that's like an action adventure game. You know, it doesn't have to be identical to them. I'm just saying like something in a genre that they haven't really played around with. And I think when you have such a high-class team as they like to claim with the initiative, you need to bring a game to the table that we could never anticipate, and something that is doing a lot of new stuff, right? We don't want to see what we've been seeing from the Xbox brand, at least not for myself. Now, given I could be totally wrong and everybody could be excited for them to be working on Perfect Dark, but that is not me, and I really hope they're not working on Perfect Dark. I would not be excited for that game. I mean, would I try it out? Absolutely, but I'm doubtful that I'd be invested in the Perfect Dark world. Overall, I think Xbox really just needs to show us what they have. I think that's what they need to do. They need to show us what they have for the next 2 years. And if they're not coming out right away, who cares, man? I personally just want to see what I can expect from the Xbox brand. I don't want to see what's coming out just in 2020. I want to see what's coming out all the way to 2021, maybe even 2022. And that would get us all excited. See things that, you know, maybe aren't going to be out this year or the next year, but these games are coming. And Sony does that, and I feel like it works like really well in their favor. It keeps the hype coming, and game after game, you finish one of their exclusives and you're just like, what's next? You know, and you always know what's next. You're never in a moment where you don't know what's coming next for the PlayStation brand. And I think that's what Xbox needs to do. I know they like to show games that are coming out within the year or within 2 years, but that's not working. And it's really, they are in a state where they need to entice us to go out and invest in the Xbox ecosystem. And I know not just people who already own an Xbox, people who don't own an Xbox, people who would want that $299 Project Lockhart or Series S. But those are my thoughts. I'm going to pass this on to you guys, ask you what you guys think and what you expect and want from the Xbox Series X showcase. Can they convince you to go out and buy an Xbox Series S or Series X if they show you enough good games? And would you buy a Series S if it was $299 in addition to your PS5? Let me know in the comments. As always, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to get notified about all my upcoming videos. Follow me on Twitter. Link is in the description. Share this video with a friend, and I will talk to you guys on the next one. Take care.